Hello again and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover. One from Fat Joe, who recently spoke on Meeting Up with Melle Mel after the Eminem diss, where he also shared a story on how making the wrong moves affected his career at one point, and he used this to get his point across to Melle Mel, and we'll get to more on this shortly. Today we also have what's been described as a wholesome moment involving 50 Cent and a young fan on tour, which is a nice change from recent headlines about the microphone incident, and we'll get to this in a bit. And at the latter part of the video, we'll be exploring what's probably the most bizarre story we've covered so far in 2023, as reports revealed that both Eminem and MGK were targets of the man responsible for the Jacksonville incident that shocked the United States a few days ago. So starting with Fat Joe speaking on the Rap Radar podcast, he spoke about Melle Mel dissing Eminem and revealed that he ran into Melle Mel after the fact. He stated, 50th anniversary, Melle Mel said some ish about Eminem, right? And I'm gonna tell you something here, which I hope nobody takes the wrong way, but I seen him in the Knicks game like a day later, and Melle Mel's my OG, is the guy I look up to, I worship, and I sit down and like, why you go after the white boy, man? It is the 50th anniversary. This is the time to run it up. You trying to block your blessings. And Fat Joe then expanded on an example of how he hurt his career by making the wrong moves in the early 2000s against 50 Cent and Jay-Z. He added, I never even said it publicly, but I had beef with 50 Cent and Jay-Z, the two most freaking powerful dudes in the world. And so Reebok was gonna give me a sneaker deal. And they like, oh, you have beef with Jay-Z and 50 Cent? We can't give you the deal. You know how much money? Ish was like an embargo. I'm not saying they purposely was doing it. Like, Mayer's not gonna do a deal with you if you got beef with Fat Joe. So that's the whole point. I try to teach him from my mistake. I'm like, bro, you don't wanna diss him. And the worst thing about this whole drama was that Eminem hailed Melle Mel as one of his influences during one of the biggest moments in his career when he got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So it is not like Eminem was ever disrespectful to Melle Mel for him to start ish with him. And it's not just about the quote political side of things in the industry, because you'll also have to deal with rap fans. MGK, for instance, learned about the after effects of losing to someone like Eminem when we got headlines like this in 2020. Machine Gun Kelly blames Eminem beef for poor album sales. Man had to go through a thorough rebranding due to the battle with Eminem, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts on Fat Joe's take. Moving on to the next point, 50 Cent recently met up with a superfan that shows Get Rich or Die Trying is still making its mark on the younger generation to this day.
Oh my God, come in, man.
So much.
Look this way for me, bud.
Oh my God, right?
Come on.
Look right here.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's a mean face. Very cool, bud. Very cool. Oh.
It's a happy birthday, son.
I got these tickets for my birthday.
And this has sparked reactions all over the place, and this is funny but true. The little man is gonna regret not owning that moment when he looks back. But it didn't take long for this point to be brought up, trying to beat that microphone assault case. But hey, DJ Envy was recently asked about the microphone incident, and this is what he had to say about 50 Cent.
Like 50 is such a, I know everybody sees this big bully online, but he's such the nicest and caring person. So I know it was probably an accident. I know it was an accident. So, things happen. The sound man seemed like they messed up with the sound, and 50 wasn't aiming for her. And we seen 50 throw that first pitch in Major League Baseball game, and we see how crazy he throws, so.
Just in case you missed the reference of what Envy was talking about, here you go.
And his first pitch was not great. Just a bit.
Incredible. That shit was funny. It was funny as fuck.
I guess it is time 50 Cent adds DJ Envy to his legal team. That was a good argument, not gonna lie, but what are your thoughts? Moving on to the next point, tragedy hit Jacksonville a few hours ago when a racially motivated mass shooting occurred, and while people sent prayers to the victims, reports reveal more details that showed Eminem and MGK were also targets of the shooter, who believed that both Eminem and MGK should be terminated on sight. Based on details from his manifesto, and via XXL reports it goes, Eminem stared into the abyss and the abyss stared back, Palmetto wrote in a manifesto according to documents obtained by Rolling Stone. Walks the edge of dude lover, an honorary dude, fell off not because his new stuff sucked, but because the lyrics were gay, annoying, liberal-ish. Role for the total dude death is to include Eminem as a valid target and is to be killed on sight. And on MGK he added, Colson Baker, honorable dude, he wrote, to be killed on sight like Eminem because I didn't get a shot at him up in Ohio. It is a crazy world we live in, and while people sent prayers to the victims, it had to be said, crazy dumb pricks everywhere.